Vivek, as a grandmother, I'm very concerned that our young children are going to school. They're being introduced to this woke ideology and indoctrination. Yes. As president, how will you help protect our youth in the public school system? And will you fight to prevent boys from playing in girls' sports?
Absolutely. I'm going to say this, it makes a lot of people mad when I do, but it's the truth. Transgenderism, especially in kids, is a mental health disorder. When you're a boy and you think you're a girl, we don't do you a favor as adults when we affirm your confusion. That is not compassion. That is cruelty. And so what we need to do is, as adults, actually lead the way. Say that, you know what, those kids need help. I met two young women, Chloe and Katie, early on in this campaign. They're in their 20s now. They went through, in one case, a hysterectomy. In another case, a double mastectomy, cutting off both of their breasts in their teenage years. These young women in their 20s now regret their decision. We will look back as a country, even 20 years from now, and say that was barbaric, that we allowed that to happen. But we need a commander-in-chief with a spine to set policies in this country to say, you know what? We are a free country, so if you're an adult and you want to dress how you want, I'm not going to stop you. But that's not really what's going on in the country today. In the name of protecting against the tyranny of the majority, we have created a new tyranny of the minority. So you're not going to change the way we compete in sports, young women or men alike. You're not going to change which bathrooms we use. You're not going to change our language. And most importantly, you aren't going to poison our kids with this toxic doctrine. Ban genital mutilation or chemical castration in kids under the age of 18. If you can't get a tattoo by the age of 18, you shouldn't be able to undergo that kind of genital mutilation by the age of 18 either. Basic common sense policies that most Americans agree with. And I refuse to engage in this charade where you now have a tyranny, not of the majority, but of a fringe minority. And we need a commander-in-chief who understands we are in a cold cultural civil war in this country. We win, they lose. That's how it happens on my watch. But the good news is 80+% of this country is on our side of this issue. And half the 20% are people younger than me who never learned our national ideals in the first place. We're going to bring them along too. That's why it's going to take somebody of a different generation with fresh legs. Yes, I'm an unapologetic America First conservative, but I think it's going to take an America First conservative who comes from that different generation with fresh legs, who hasn't yet been wounded in that war to actually see this through. And that's what I'm going to accomplish.